Record on this one. Hello, everybody. First of all, before we introduce our guest and my friend and your friend, let me tell you this is not our music. It's not my music. It comes from the Streetwise album. This is like street jazz album from 1990 or 2005 sometime, but just so you know, we're not taking credit. And to get on with our event, which is a phenomenal event, talking to Just Candace. And it's been a long time since we talked. It's been a long time since we've heard from you. And you've been through a lot since the last time you did a podcast, haven't you? But
Yes.
you hung in there and you stayed strong. And you're back again and you have some more energy to project with us. So, and what I want to talk about is like your personal strength. Where does that come from? Because everybody doesn't have it. I I didn't have it. I wasn't raised to be strong. I had to learn the hard way by a lot of hard knocks and giving up to be strong. But you came about in a different way, and you went through your struggles in different ways, and it kind of helps with people today are going facing the same kind of challenges you did as a child and as a woman. So it helps you to endure.
Well, I really think that my mother just instilled it in me. I think I think there's two parts. I think it's my mother. She was a strong woman, raising seven children, and she had epilepsy, and we didn't even find out until after she died. And then she died she dropped dead right in front of me. But in the years that I had her, those few short years, she just instilled, I think, a lot of strength in me. And then the second thing is the Holy Spirit. I'm a firm believer in the power of the Holy Spirit, how it can help us, lead us, direct us, comfort us. I really believe in the Holy Spirit. So I pray for it, and then I try to follow its direction. Yes.
Mhm. So everybody won't understand Holy Spirit, and everybody won't have motherly background or anything like that to fall back on. And some people find it easier to think, contemplate ending life and suicide than they do carrying on. So what if you're in a predicament like that, or if you're challenged that way, what can we do? What do you find that nice for people to do? Good for people to do,
Well,
not really nice.
I think that some people are just a little stronger mentally, because even the Apostle Paul, if you are a Bible reader, the Apostle Paul said that the strong should help the weak, and that wasn't a derogatory statement. It wasn't meaning it didn't make anyone lesser. It just means that I really believe some of us just have a stronger mental disposition, and we're able to handle things a little differently, take the bull by the horn, so to speak, and we get through things. We process things differently. It's like, for me, I never see the cup as half empty. I just never do. I always see it as half full. And so I try to keep that positivity going. I meditate, I pray a lot, and then I'm able to give it out, because I think part of it just comes naturally. And then I think you can train yourself. If you get up every day and count your blessings and really focus on them, you have less time to be negative,
Hmm.
because negativity will kill you all day long. It kills your energy, it kills your joy, it kills your, you can get lost in it. It can swallow you up. And so I fight against things like that, by keeping a positive attitude and seeing life for what it is. And when you mention suicide, suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And if
Absolutely.
people, if they could just see that this too shall pass, the suffering, the heartache, the loneliness, the desperation, whatever it is that they're going through, if they could see that this will pass and I can get through it, then we might have less of that. And it's very sad that people feel so hopeless that they do that. But I believe those of us that are stronger, I think we should give that out and help other people. So I just firmly believe you have to do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you don't just surround yourself with people of the same faith when it comes to like sharing and giving and trying to be helpful, do you? You seem to have this way about you. You extend your heart to everybody that you can, and extend your love to everybody you can. Because I noticed that even at your daughter's little party, you had a variety of people there. There are all kind of people that can rub off on you different ways. There are all kind of influences, all kind of mindsets. Oh, excuse me. And that was the most beautiful thing I've seen in a long time. You know, you could just keep that focus. You know, you don't have to
Yes.
be restrict your hand.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Well, I love diversity. You know,
Hmm.
I love diversity. I was telling someone today, as a matter of fact, if we could see more of the things we have in common as human beings, we could come together better than if we just focus on our differences. I was
Hmm.
telling a young lady that today. We're all human. So for me, you help anyone that you can. I'm a people person. I just love people. So I have friends of different backgrounds and ethnicities, cultures. I just love people, and I think that that's enriched my life so much. It allows me to give out and give back, because I have so many beautiful people in my life, you know, that have touched it and enhanced it, that you want to share it. When you have good things, if you're a good person, you want to share it because you want other people to feel joy and to feel fulfillment. And you don't keep good things to yourself. You give them out. There's truly more happiness in giving than in receiving. Jesus
Hmm.
said it, and many of us have seen that come true. And it's not always materially. I can't give you, $1,000 right now if you're in a bind, but I can be a listening ear. I can pray with you. I can pray for you. I can give you resources, whether they're mental health, whether they're, just social services, whatever. That's what I do, so I can give you other things, and I can also take a walk with you. There's people dying for a hug right now. They're
Hmm.
lonely. They're
Yes.
lonely. And we can do simple things sometimes that can make someone feel better. And you should never hold back from doing good, the scriptures say, when it's in your power to do it. So I just believe in sharing, loving people. I work with people that society looked down on years ago, called them all kind of names, autistic kids and Down syndrome kids. I work with these people. I love them. And they've enhanced my life. They've given to me. And all the things that you take in that are good and pure and wonderful, that allows you to give it back out. If you're only taking in negativity all the time, gossiping, being negative, never being grateful, you don't have nothing good to give out.
Hmm.
Because now
Hmm.
you've immersed yourself in that negativity
Hmm.
and in that drama. I refuse to do it.
Hmm.
I
So,
refuse.
with that being said, let's take it back a little bit to and on up to the day. Um, you you saw your mama, you found your mom dead, and you got through that. You became the person that you are. Recently, you mentioned that 2022 started out being a good year for you when you changed your business, but all things seem to go sour. And physically, you have a lot of things that could make you just stop trying, but you don't. Tell us about some of those things. How your year went and what happened.
Well, I'll start at September. I moved to Charlotte, and 5, 6 months ago, or maybe 6 months ago. Anyway, September 15th, I started my business. I opened Mitchell Rich Support Services, where I work with autistic and Down syndrome individuals. And from September to the end of December, things were just rocking. It was wonderful. And then here came January 2022. And when I tell you the first 2 months, January and February, were a total bust. I lost my major client. So all of a sudden, my income just stopped. And then at the very last week of January, I got a new client because I was determined to restructure and rebuild. I wasn't going to let this knock me down. And at the end of January, I got COVID. Oh. And I was in bed for 17 days, no work, no nothing. You know, it was like a boom. So I said 2022 is starting off really rough. And so 17 days of pain and misery. And that's the truth. The virus was bad enough. It's real. I did feel my chest closing in. It was getting harder and harder to breathe. But then it triggered my fibromyalgia. Anytime I have pain in my body, it can trigger my fibromyalgia, which gives me more pain. So when I tell you I was in bed crying and praying, that's the truth. It was excruciating. This not a little bit of pain. It was excruciating, where I was like, Father, please. I mean, I couldn't do anything. But I received so much love from my congregation and my sister, bringing good meals and leaving them at the door, even though I didn't have a big appetite. The love, the prayers, the healthy food. I mean, I had gallons of orange juice left at my door, vitamins. I mean, they just came out for me. And so when you, in the midst of the storm, when you see the light, you know, at the end of the tunnel, when you see people pulling for you and praying for you and loving you, it's like they brought me back. They helped me, you know, come back. And then the prayers and then quiet meditation, because you have to learn how to be still. And I remember saying, I'm going to get through this. I'm not dying in this bed. I'm going to get through this. But it was horrible. That virus is no joke, and take it serious. But prayers work wonders. And just, it's not that it takes it away from you. I suffered for 17 days, but it gives you relief, and it can give you comfort. And then the thought that so many people love you and are pulling for you, it just helps you to have some healing. So never give up, even in the midst of the storm. You can get through it. You can get through it one way or the other. Some things, you know, are not going to be settled till we get on the other side. But each day, just believe that tomorrow can be better than today. And that's the attitude that I believed in. And that's what I kept.
Because you did wake up today, and today is another day to fight. If you have life and breath, and you give it to have that. And so, so now, what about if I just don't have faith? I don't understand faith. What eternally could I do? You know, what do? You know, when you don't, everybody's not God sent. You know, some people don't even believe in God, but they still have an inner person that they can go to, and you know, inside there's still something to hold on to. There's always still something worth fighting for, you know, within, and there's still good in sharing. And you work with all kind of people. I say it again, take you back. You could have gone different ways. You could have been a model. You could have been a lot of things, and could have done a lot of things with your life. But you use your pain that you've embraced as a child to help other people less fortunate, even though you're not physically disabled. You understand how it is to be that way. So pushing up. And I like what you said about the giving up is a temporary solution. I mean, a permanent solution to a temporary problem. If you commit suicide, if you just don't fight at all.
Yeah. If you're not a person that has faith, you have to go even deeper. You know, we really have to learn how to pull from inside. It's almost like when you're in the trenches and you don't want to die, you got to pull every bit of strength that you have. And people are going through it right now. Mental health issues, financial issues, marriage issues, health issues, not just the virus. I know someone fighting for her life right now. It has nothing to do with the virus. Blood clots in her body, causing bleeding, different things. People are suffering. And if you're not a person that has faith, you're going to have to go even deeper inside of yourself. We have to learn how to be still and meditate and find ways to have peace in our life. Again, in the midst of the storm, some of us still have peace because we do believe. And so if you don't believe, you can become a believer. And if you just don't believe in it, then you're going to really have to exercise all that you have to pull some inner strength to find some kind of comfort, some kind of solace for yourself so that you can get through tests and trials and tribulations. And everybody needs somebody. I have 2 girlfriends that I know love me with all their hearts, and I love them. And I have my sisters. You don't need a lot of people, but everybody needs somebody that they can talk to, vent with, pray with, laugh with. Some people just need a hug and a kiss. They're longing for human touch. Whatever it is that you need, that you feel will give you some rest, reach out for it and go for it. And a lot of people believe in meditation and things like that. I think on God's promises all day long. I'm driving in the car, I'm thinking positive thoughts. I'm still paying attention, but in my mind, I'm trying to keep clean and positive thoughts so that I don't get in the gutter, so that I don't get in the negativity. Because as I said earlier, that'll drain everything out of you. So I surround myself with my sisters who are very positive women. My friends are positive. And that's very important to make sure the people that you embrace are embracing you, as well as they've got something to bring to the table. You shouldn't just be the only one giving out. Make sure somebody's feeding your soul also. It is good to give, and I give a lot, but I have people that also replenish my spirit and replenish me, and that's important. So a lot of people find themselves in negative situations and drama-filled situations. Well, look at the people you're surrounding yourself with and do an inventory. Take an inventory. I want good people around me. I want positive thinkers around me. Because I'm telling you the truth, I never see the cup as half empty. That is a true statement. I always see it as half full, and I always believe I can get through any situation. I just believe it. And your thoughts are so powerful. They're so powerful. They bring many things to fruition that you otherwise might fail because you're thinking that you're going to fail. I'm thinking I'm going to win. And it's not a haughty thing. It's just a positive thinking thing and giving out that positive energy and believing that I can be better and do better, and I can keep trying and I can have success. And success means different things to different people. But I just believe I can be healthy. I can do the best that I can to take care of myself and to keep my mental self regulated in a good way. And I do that with prayer, meditation, reflection on the blessings in my life, being grateful. All those things have a lot to do with how you're going to go through your day-to-day living. I exercise, I walk, I get fresh air. I'm always posting about parks that I found in Charlotte. Charlotte has some beautiful parks, and I'm enjoying them. To me, there's nothing better. It's free, they're peaceful, there's fresh air, and I take advantage of it. And so I just believe you have to take care of yourself. And when you do that, you also, I think, stay stronger mentally.
Outstanding. That question has been answered. You have to believe that you're worth it inside. I have to believe that you're worth the challenge. Life is worth living, and you're more than your problems, and that you can endure, living beyond, as you say, the bad moments, because things do change. It's been awesome talking to you again, and I hope we get to do it again soon. in the future, because you're a bright light, and I know everybody's missed sharing that light, being inspired by you, but you had to survive. You're in survival mode yourself. So sometimes you have to
Yeah,
sit back and
yeah,
regroup. Yeah.
it was rough.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoyed this. Yes, I would love to talk again and talk some more and, continue to share. And I think that's what's going to get us through. It's going to
Mm-hmm.
be that camaraderie and that fellow feeling and sharing and loving and supporting one another.
Yes.
We need that. It's extremely important.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we have to learn to not condemn each other, or to be so hard on each
Yes.
other. Yes. So
Yes,
yes.
absolutely. And you know what? Positive people, we're not sitting around condemning people.
Yeah.
We're just not. I just have too many good things in my life. I'm not, and I'm speaking truth. I am not sitting around gossiping and ripping people apart. I don't need to do that. I feel good about myself, and I feel good about life, and I feel good about my relationship with my creator. And when you do, you have too many good things in your life to sit around being negative and a Debbie Downer and just judging people.
Mm-hmm.
I respect people and their choices. I don't have to believe everything you believe, but I can respect that you have a right to think and act and believe the way you want, but you're not going to infringe upon my right to be positive and grateful. And that's how I live my life.
Mm-hmm. I certainly do appreciate you taking the time to be here again, and I enjoyed it. And as you say, I hope we get to do it again sometime.
Yes, I would
And
love to. Thanks
I'm
for
sure
having
this
me.
has helped a lot of people. And when you see it, and you see sometimes you don't get to see who you help. You don't know till
That's
months or
true.
days after, but you know it's worth it, and it's
Yeah, that's
worth
true.
it just putting yourself out there. And I appreciate you doing that, and appreciate hearing from Just Candace again. You brought back some life. Yeah,
We gotta spread the joy, spread the
yeah,
love, right?
yes,
Keep the faith, everybody. It's gonna get better.
yes. This too shall pass.
Yes, thanks
All
for
right.
having me.
Thank you for being here.
Bye
And
bye.
bye bye.